Today we're going to talk about how to change your mindset towards decluttering. Are you a person that says don't mind the mess when someone comes over, or you've stopped inviting people over completely because you're worried about how they're going to judge you or your house? Are you a person who says, well, I'm just messy and I'm always messy and I always will be? There are 4 key things that we think about that we need to change, because if we use our thoughts as justification, we're going to forever fail every attempt at decluttering and organising that we start. Today we will look at how to change those thoughts so that we can actually start making progress in our efforts. First, we're going to look at a story about Jane and how she feels. Jane was really excited to be coming home today after work. She was in such a good mood. She just wanted to come inside, grab herself a cup of coffee and catch up with her favourite YouTubers. She basically flung open the door, walked through, dropped her keys on the hall stand and headed straight into the kitchen to make a cup of coffee. But when she got there, she reeled back in shock. She could not believe what she was seeing. Her body started to tremble. She had to put her hand out and catch herself before she fell over. She could not believe the horror that she'd found in her kitchen. She welled up in tears as she fumbled for her phone to try and make a phone call. What had happened? Her cheerful afternoon had been shattered. So, who did she call? She called me, and let's go and investigate. Today we brought Jane in for an interrogation about her crimes of clutter. So let's go have a look what it's like inside the mind of a serial clutterbug. Jane, what goes through your mind when you see these pictures? I'm just so embarrassed about this. I hate living like this. I feel so helpless. I try so hard to do stuff and get things done and clean up and get rid of stuff. But I guess I'm just a messy person. I've always been a messy person and I always will be like this. Okay, let's stop there for a minute. On one hand, Jane really wants to declutter, but on the other hand, she just thinks she's a mess and this is who she is. Having thoughts like, I'm just messy, this is who I am, and this is who I always will be, is going to work against her with any decluttering efforts she starts. Let's look at the rest of the investigation and then go through some strategies on how we can change how we think to help us make progress. How do you feel when you see these? I just feel really sad. I just can't believe this is what our house has got to. It's just awful. I just want to run away from it and not deal with it. Does seeing your kitchen like this motivate you to take action? Oh, some days, but mostly not. I think it does the opposite. I know I need to do something, but I just can't. I guess I've just got used to it and now I just ignore it. But honestly, I feel really down and depressed about it all. And I think we've just given up. Do you think this impacts other areas of your life? Oh, definitely. I think it's a huge impact on my social life. I feel like I can't let anyone come over and see us like this. And I've got this small group of people that I let in the house. I guess I just don't want to be judged for it, so I don't want people to see it. And I think sometimes all this chaos is just like the physical representation of how I feel about my life as a whole. Let's look at where Jane's at. Her identity. She's a messy, cluttered person. She always has been and she always will be. Her mood. She's feeling sad and low about what's going on in her house, and she's got to that, what's the point? Her mindset, things are never going to get any better. It's just all too much and too overwhelming. And last, her control. She feels like she isn't in control of her clutter, and that's affecting her and all of her life. So what does she have to do? She has to stop thinking of herself as a messy, cluttered person that she can't do anything about. She has to stop feeling down and out about the mess, and she has to believe that she can change this. She has to stop feeling like this is never going to get any better. She has to understand that while she thinks she's not in control, she can let go of the belief that she has no control and take that control on for herself. If she doesn't take effort to change the way she's thinking, she's already admitted defeat. And anytime anything gets hard or overwhelming in any of her efforts, she'll just stop and give up, because this is a great justification to give up. So how does she actually change her thinking to be able to enable her to do her decluttering efforts? The big thing about making a change comes down to two things. One, getting to that point where you absolutely can't continue in this way and having an enough is enough moment. And two, the immediacy in which you start to take action after you've had that moment. You have to actually say it out loud to the world. I am sick of not being in control of the mess in my house. I am sick of not being able to put stuff away in cupboards. I am sick of trying to find things in my own house. I am sick of feeling like I can't let people over because of the state of my house. And I'm sick of feeling embarrassed about this. So say it out loud, say it really passionately. This is what you want. Write in the comments what it is that you are sick of. Just have your moment that enough is enough, and I am going to change this. Don't forget, you can get all of the notes about today's episode in the PDF in the link below. We're going to let go of that identity of being a messy, cluttered person. We're going to stop feeling sad and low about how our house is. We're going to say it's going to get easier, and we're going to take back control and stop saying the clutter's in control and I'm now in control. So now that we know how to fix our thinking about things, let's go and take immediate action to put it into practice. And what you're going to need for this is one garbage bag. Doesn't matter what size it is, but take that garbage bag and go to a place in your house where you know that there's rubbish. Kitchens and bathrooms are really good for this because we generally have quite a bit building up in there, especially bottles with little stuff in it. So go and grab yourself a garbage bag, and then we'll start this exercise. So all you have to do is gather yourself up a bag of rubbish, stuff that needs to leave your house. And as you're doing that, think of the rubbish of all those negative thoughts that you're trying to get rid of. This is me as a messy person. That's not rubbish. This is me as I'm out of control. Once you've done that, tie up your bag. So now you have a bag of rubbish, and it represents all of those negative thoughts, all of those I'm a messy person, I can't do this, I can't get any better. So what we're going to do is take it straight outside, put it in our bin, and discard those defeatist ideas. Now you are leaving behind all of those negative mindsets, you're discarding them in your bin. As you walk back inside, tell yourself, I am in control and I will combat this mess and this clutter. Now we have better control of our thoughts, and we've taken immediate action towards our goal. What we're going to investigate next is all the other hurdles that might come up when you start your decluttering efforts, and you can learn about all of those in the video here. So thank you for joining me. It's great to have you here at Melodrama.